All right, here we go. As I was saying, I'm gonna try to break this down real quick because I gotta go, and maybe I'll start another one later and elaborate more. But I can make my point real quick about how good this was. So the brother was talking about the colonization of Hawaii, how it got to be the most expensive of all places in the Union of what is America. Like it is the most expensive cost of living. I mean, like places that wouldn't even fetch $300,000 home in mainland America be like 800,000 to a million, and this is common. Like, and he talked about he didn't just talk about he showed this particular beach where it's on the far end of the island, away from all the touristy areas, and they literally just let the homeless, who are mostly of indigenous ancestry, okay, dwell there because people, had so much fallout and so much degradation, so much disrespect of their ways and their cultures and who they really are that they have, they're like, it's like being on reservations for native indigenous peoples of the mainland. It's just like that in its own way. And he was explaining how, with all these laws about the percentage of your DNA that is Hawaiian, you have to prove that to even get access to some of the land that is your ancestors' land, and all this insane shit that is constant on this damn place, how they do you. And I was just like, man, it's like I've never not known how bad it was, but I'm always capitalizing the interest on how bad it was and is. Like I always get one more added story of the history of why it's so messed up, and add that to what's currently going on, and it's atrocious, man. And it's just never ending because it's all throughout this world, but especially you talk about what goes on in this country and how they're doing folk. And you want to claim this place as a territory, but you got no respect for the original people. You got no respect for anything that they should have just automatically. They should never be in the situations they're in. And he went to a farm at one point in the video where there was a guy who was doing sustainable farming, and you know it was an amazing setup because I've done a little bit of farming and I got farming in my family, so I know the history. I know about that. I know how much work that is. I know how much that is to maintain something like that. And this guy had some acreage for real, and he does workshops and classes to help people to better their awareness and ability to feed themselves and all this type of thing. So he's doing the real work, man. This is another guy that knew the guy, son of Oahu, his channel, and they went. He took Peter Santinello to this place. So, like I say, if you haven't seen this episode and you're interested in the real history and the current reality of Hawaii and of what's going on in Oahu, and just, man, just a lot, definitely watch that video. I put it in our playlist for ONYXCON Travel Club, which is where I put all those types of videos. Any video I find online about anything that's of interest with travel, really good vlogs, informational, stuff that help you plan a good vacation, stuff that just give you information to know more about the place beyond just the touristy element, but even more stuff like this. It's there. That's where we put all that. So like I tell y'all, please explore the playlist because that's where the meat of ONYXCON's content is. And that's where you really gonna understand what we represent and what we about. You're gonna see the variety in full. Just like you see with my new banner that I just created and put up. I hope y'all like it. I love it. I think it's probably, I've been trying to find one that doesn't look cluttered, but tells you immediately what this channel is about as a multi-niche channel. And I think, there's no better way to say it without words than just have the word ONYXCON, but also have, I basically did, hieroglyphic science to it. It's image. It's images as a language. So I show a toy, I show toy culture and figurines and sculptures and all that. Then I show like a record album, but I also got the character from my Cyberpunk ATL fan series. I got my character from that Cyberpunk ATL series on that cover of that record album, and I got the album peeking out the jacket, so it's a record. So that's music, you know what I mean? And that's Clayco Shun, the character on the cover. Then I got my famous character, Brother Yams. Anybody who really, really, really go back with ONYXCON, even before I was on YouTube, knows who Yams is. So they gonna see that and be like, oh, and go crazy, you know what I mean? So then I got a beautiful sister from my characters of Cyberpunk ATL representing the beautiful ladies. I love the ladies, so ONYXCON Hotties got that in there. Then I got the old school. I got the '57 Chevy, one of my favorite all-time classic vehicles. So that's ONYXCON Rides. Another ONYXCON Rides is a private jet that's all sleek and black, and it's got the ONYXCON on it. Like, yeah, one day we want to have that kind of money. We could have our own private jet for ONYXCON. You feel me? But that's really saying travel. You know, that's what this is. When I tell people, hey, when you got planes, some people notice it sometimes. Like, yeah, because I like to travel. That's what that's really about. You know, some people always think I'm, maybe I work for Delta or something. I'm like, I wish. Hell, there's times I tried to work for Delta, never got it, but you know, because I wanted the benefit of being able to travel. Because when you work for Delta, you get them tickets now. You get them tickets. I know some people who do. And then I got what else I got on that thing? I have oh, I got a dumbbell, which represents, working out for fitness. Even though that's not the only way I look at the word fitness, I always tell y'all it's a whole state of mind. It's what you eat, it's how you live, it's how you think, it's all those things, man. And relationship goals in the art life, that ties in with that. That ties in with the image of the beautiful lady for my goals, you know what I'm saying? And how that may appeal to somebody else who's looking for the same types of things and everything. And you can get that here, some education on that. So yeah, I really love that banner. I think it's one of the best representational ones I've created. I'm gonna probably add a few more. Oh, I had a gaming console controller on it. That's obvious. Anybody who is a gamer knows when they see a console controller, they know what time it is with that. So I think this new banner is saying what I needed to say. I might even change my little personal avatar, the little circle with my head in the middle. I might put some of them same, since I've created these in AI and they're really good. Instead of just regular emojis, I think I'm gonna put those around there and have my face like that. And yeah, man, I just want y'all to love it and appreciate it and understand it and know what it is when you see it and be like, salute. That's ONYXCON right there. For sure. Peace. I'll be back.